Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Cobra Kai. This is episode 6 of season 5. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far, and I think from today, mate, the season's going to pick up because Terry Silver has got a lot of enemies coming his way, mate. Literally, you know, Krese is back. Well, he was in last episode a little bit having a conversation with Tora. You know, she was visiting him, speaking about him, and he was talking about the downfall of Silver, that it will be coming. You know, she's sending anonymous information and tips towards LaRusso, you know, in relation to obviously Terry and the dealings that he's been doing. You know, it was a picture of Stingray, and it was saying that, you know, like Krese was framed or something. I'm not too sure what it said. Basically, it was information saying that, you know, it wasn't Krese that actually beat him up. It was Silver, and Danny's gone round to actually speak to Stingray, and he's got a mate, he's got a brand new spanking pad, mate. It's pimped up, it's so good, it's massive. He's got Johnny's old car that, you know, Terry's got out the impound lot. The guy's living a sick lifestyle, mate, on the back of obviously get beaten up by Silver, and then obviously lying to the authorities that it was Krese that done it to send him down. You can see that he's kind of scared a little bit. You know, Danny's been pushing it, and he ended up fighting, mate. You know, at the end of the episode, Terry Silver come over, and it was Danny that threw the first punch. He wasn't doing no Miyagi-Do, he wasn't waiting to self-defense. You know, he'd done the Cobra Kai bit himself, and he took the first and struck first, and they end up having a scrap, and Silver come on top, and he put his foot on his neck, and he was saying, look, mate, this is not mercy, this is me letting you stay alive and healthy and well, so you can see what is coming after you. You know what I mean, mate? Literally, we have got trouble coming your way. But we've also seen that Miguel and Robbie, they worked out their beef, you know, with the help of Johnny having a conversation with Danny, and they were saying, look, maybe, you know, instead of us having a fight 3 rounds back in the day, if we just could fight until we beat all out of our systems, none of this could have happened. Give Johnny the idea, look, you two, no fighting, I mean, no points, no rules, just get there, just fight, just hash it out, and then obviously we move on. And that's what they've done. It looked like Miguel was going to knock like he was going to knock Robbie over the banister, you know, pretty much the same way that happened to him, but he had some self-control this time. He stopped. Robbie was asking, why have you not done it, mate? Why have you not hit me over? Miguel was saying, look, mate, I learned karate to self-defense and to improve, you know, the confidence in myself, and I never really done it to hurt people. Robbie was saying, I know what you mean, you know, when we was fighting back in the school and I knocked you over the banister, I had tunnel vision, I didn't really know where I was. All I could do is see you, and I just wanted to win, and I'm sorry, you know, I caused the worst moment in your life, and if it's any consolation, it was the worst in mine. Them two kind of like become friends. Johnny come up and kind of spilled the beans that he's having a kid with, obviously, with Miguel's mum, and then instead of it being a reaction that I thought was going to be where he was both going to be mad, they was both actually really happy, and he's hugging and like having a good time. So really interesting. Can't wait to see obviously how Krese plays into the story now he's back in the season, and you know, what's Terry going to do when he finds out that it's Tora that's feeding information and obviously speaking to Krese behind his back. It's going to be exciting to see. So thanks for checking out today's video. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode. Got the red carpet out.
Sensei Kim Dayun, welcome to the valley. You must be exhausted from your trip. Please, there are refreshments in the limo.
I need you to see which of my students are ready to take the next step. What I'm offering you is legacy.
Your grandfather didn't teach American soldiers the way of the fist, just to use on the battlefield.
We have to share his style with the world.
I want to do something better too, but we can't just go after Terry Silver without...
Dad,
You're going into work?
Daniel-san, we need to make plans.
Guys, I appreciate the sentiment. I do. But I'm out of this whole thing with Silver. I became a sensei to help kids. Instead, I'm making everyone's life worse.
What are you talking about, man? You did help kids.
You want me to make a list of how many ways they're hurting because of this, including my own daughter? Why don't you ask Robbie how much I've helped him?
He did help Robbie though for the phase that he needed to be helped through.
Growing up, I never understood why Mr. Miyagi walked away from her, but I understand it now.
How'd our little sting pan out?
not the way we hoped. Sensei Silver didn't even bat an eye. He's just been focused on expanding the dojos.
I know how difficult it is to be behind enemy lines, but I need you there for a little longer. I got a plan to get out of this place. Now, he's smart, but he'll slip, and that'll be the opening that we need.
Everybody slips at some point. It's just how fast you can get in there when he's down.
Sensei Terry Silver has made me a very generous offer. We're thrilled to be part of the Cobra Kai family.
You'll be given a new sensei.
You're replacing me, Terry? This wasn't the deal.
My new sensei will be molding you all into winners, just like our own. All-Valley Tournament champion Tori Nichols.
They're all just going to join anyway. Do you know what I mean? They've got no reason not to be honest.
I need to see who the best fighters are in this dojo. You will help me test them.
Do you know what's interesting there, right? For the kids, there's no reason for them not to accept it. Do you know what I mean? He just said that, like, the fees are getting cheaper, getting new outfits, you know what I mean? They're joining the champions. Why not? Do you know what I mean? For them, the business has no impact, you know what I mean? But I do firmly believe that not everything has to be some hardcore sport. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, yes, we do have football, do you know what I mean? I say basketball, and you have teams that, like, really want to win, but then you also have other teams just for fun, and you're not asked about winning. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I go and play with my friends, nobody cares. Like, when you're playing, you want to win the game, but you're not bothered. It's finished. It's done, dusted, whatever. You lost, I lost, whatever. Next week, play. Yeah, you lost, I lost. It's not like professional, where, like, you get your table out and you always want to be at the top and you're fighting everything serious mode. Sometimes you can go there because it's a breakaway from your normal life. You know, it's spending time with your friends. You're having fun while losing self-defense. You're having activities. It's bonding, relationships. You're not there to be an all-valley champion, hardcore, compete, world's best. You know what I mean? And that's where that's where Terry doesn't have that boundary. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't just go and enjoy yourself. You have to be a winner, hardcore, go for it, or just not be involved at all.
He'll come around. He just needs more time.
Silva's empire growing every day.
The Valley only has so many kids. How many new dojos can he possibly open?
It's live. It's happening right now.
Perfect. I'm gonna go down there and beat his ponytail ass. Guy's whole MO is hiding out in the dark, waiting for us to fall into his trap. Right now, we know exactly where he is, and he's not on his home turf.
One-man army, not good.
Two-man army.
I come with you.
Hey, Sensei. Well, look at you feeding yourself. Guess the nurse that changes your diaper has a day off. These are my jellos. What do you think about that, old man?
He's gonna let you have it because he's got a plan to get out.
I think that's a fine idea.
Didn't realize you were making friends in here.
Yeah, well, I make friends pretty easily. I find that a little kindness goes a long way. I really enjoy our time together.
Me too. You're not just sweet-talking me to get you a good recommendation.
I just find these sessions so very helpful.
Keep walking. I know what I'm doing. Then hit me. Wrong. You have to keep the side of your hand sharp, like a knife. I'm still deciding whether your dojo has what it takes to earn me as a student.
Hey, that's good.
Your ass at the tournament. That ref was blind. He gave you a point when I was out of bounds. Then why are you still here? My mom always said the only way you really lose is by giving up. Didn't do anything. Love to kick cancer's ass though.
Ah, a little bonding sesh there.
Daniel-san told me how dangerous you can be.
Did he mention how I kicked his ass back in high school?
I robbed him while he was on date. Saw him save young girl from typhoon.
He took a man down with a single strike to his pressure point.
Who do you think teach him?
Taught him that, yeah.
Boy, what are you doing?
One of my students is in there.
Not here for student, here for Silva.
All right, fine, we'll wait.
I like how he's concerned though for his student.
I just got a letter from the warden. I think something went wrong with your recommendation.
I know the difference between a breakthrough and saying what I want to hear. You really need to think about why you're here in the first place. I'm free all tomorrow morning if you'd like to chat.
My students are determined. I will see how determined you are.
Pick this up. Stop her.
In your face!
The way of the fist means you do not hold back. You do not go easy. You do not accept defeat. You do not accept surrender. You fight as if today is your last.
Mate, she picked it up twice. She done it. She done well.
You're sitting here sulking like a kid who got in trouble in class.
What do you want me to do? Cry into a tissue?
I think something happened in your past.
Years ago.
Sorry to hear that, John.
It was war.
Oh, but that violence followed you home. Opened a dojo. Taught kids how to fight.
Take the anger they feel and turn it into power.
You feel angry, John? At who?
The people that put me in this cage.
So you don't feel any regret?
What exactly am I supposed to feel regret for?
The people you've hurt.
I was trying to make my students tough. I wanted them all to be better than me.
I like this scene. It's well good. That was good, man.
Adult classes are on Wednesday.
fight one time is right.
Smart. Live to fight another day.
Take over the valley.
We already did.
It's time to bring the band back together, innit, mate? Get everybody back. You know, Hawk is the reigning champion. You know what I mean? He can come and do some business. You know, he got Robbie second many times. Could be a champion, Miguel champion. Do you know what I mean? They've got a strong dojo that they can unite behind them to come and fight forward. So it's going to be interesting because I feel like, you know, get Sam in there as well. She's still into it. Maybe, do you know what? I'd like Anthony to you know, get better, fight stronger, you know, learn and come up and take Kenny out because he's getting too big for his boots, Kenny, in my personal opinion. And it'd be good to see it. Now, it's interesting that that Krese thought that top story thingy kissing ass was going to work out. Never does, mate. Literally, you can see right through it. Like she said, do you think this is my first rodeo, mate? I'm literally a prison therapist. Do you think that I'm just going to fall for every little sob story and I'm not going to know when people are being genuine and knowing that they've made that transition into being sincere and realizing the troubles of the past? Do you know what I mean? He's just saying it so he could get out of there. And she read it, seen right through it. And I liked that little circle revolving thing that we done, me having everybody sat in a chair as he was speaking to it. It was decent.
Oh, look who's here.
Oh, look, she's there. Tori's not wanting to be there.
You beat me on the mat. I only lose if I give up.
Why don't you go check in with the receptionist? She'll set you up with a pass in case you want to train after hours. Apparently, she wants to learn more from you. I'm very proud of you.
Silva has plan.
Yeah, so now he's got these international ringers. Son of a bitch refuses to fight fair.
Chosen, you're still pretty new around here, and no offense, Johnny, but strategy isn't exactly your forte. You're more of a blunt instrument.
I thought I was done fighting too. Felt like karate just made everything worse for everyone. Mr. Miyagi avoided a fight whenever possible, but he also fought when he had to.
Maybe he just takes these guys out, he takes his jello out, yeah.
Hey, Sensei. I'm here for my jello cup today. How the hell is this bag of bones in here for assault?
No, this guy's so annoying. No sensei. Funny if you get hit on the prison dojo.
Amanda, I don't go in there.
But I want you to heal. I'm right here.
These little trees, mate, he absolutely loves them, doesn't he?
It's like a time capsule in here.
Standing up to Terry Silver. It's the right thing to do. For me, for our family.
I can't fail these kids again.
You didn't fail me.
Hey, that was good, Robert. I told you that you helped him.
You can't just give up.
Things I did. I was just trying to help you.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, I should have listened to you about Cobra Kai. We need to stop Cobra Kai.
Not everyone has someone like you to protect them and teach them.
I knew it, mate. Get them band back together. Jack and Nick work together again. I knew it was coming, mate. Literally, it had to come at one point, didn't it? And, you know, I knew they was going to unite and go after it. What I thought was interesting, though, is I can't remember that girl's name that obviously has just gone into Cobra Kai there, but it was interesting to see that obviously she was working. She was she the first female that Johnny recruited to Eagle Fang? Do you know what I mean? When he found out that they was introducing a female category, he was going out and he was trying to recruit people. He was chasing them up and down the sports field, wasn't he? And obviously she ended up coming here. He didn't think that she'd be decent enough, and she was, and she went in there and she was fighting, and she did get a point off tour, and you know, the rest was shit in that tournament, wasn't there? Well, obviously we know why now, but they had a connection there. You know, she was trying to help her, then she was talking about how she lost her mother due to cancer. You know, she was seeing her doing everything I can for her mum. Do you know what I mean? She's not in a good way. They had like a connection. They was fighting. They had to get that stick up. She got it twice. She was successful. Do you know what I mean? She might have picked that stick up 2 times. Might not have felt that it went well enough because obviously Tori was getting the last so to speak, by like knocking her down, and she'd ran off, and she was the only one that didn't pick up the gi at first as well. Do you know what I mean? Everyone was in black and she was in blue, and they were still obviously fighting. Now she'd left. Tori kind of thought, you know what, done pretty decent. That's one less person coming in and getting infiltrated and brought up in the Cobra Kai way, which now she's kind of seeing that that's not the right way. Do you know what I mean? But she's back and she's actually joining Cobra Kai, and you could tell that actually that's not what she actually wanted. So I don't know, I thought it was decent anyway, mate. I actually liked it. Okay, that's gonna wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. So I thought it was pretty interesting watching the clips of Krese in prison. You know, people was trying to intimidate him, take his jello. Do you know what I mean? He was saying when he was speaking to the woman, the therapist or whatever, she was saying that, look mate, people his age usually struggle inside. You know, usually people try and push them around and they feel like they're intimidated, and he was letting that happen. You know, he's having a conversation with Tora, and she was saying like, what's the plan? He's saying, don't worry, you know, you deal with your stuff on the outside, you get closer to Silver, do whatever he says, you know, make him put his trust in you, and inside I'm gonna work my magic. Do you know what I mean? I've got my own plan, I'm gonna go for it. And his plan was to just go by the rules. Do you know what I mean? He was trying to be the exemplary person. He was trying to make it look like he's doing everything that he can to improve and better himself and get that early release. And obviously the therapist seen right through it. She rejected his you know, appeal, so to speak, or recommendation for an appeal, and his company has confronted her. She said that it's not my first rodeo, do you know what I mean? I can see right through it. If you want to come and talk. And then when he went in there, he sat down, he was sulking at first, but then we went into it and was flashbacking it around. You know, we've seen different people from his past that he's hurt, intimidated, helped or whatever, sat in front of him, and it's getting the emotions rattling. He's got out into the prison cell, the guys come in, he's tried to fight. Obviously, Krese, he's turned into the old Krese from probably 30, 40 years ago, looking all fit and younger, and he's absolutely beat everybody up. Do you know what I mean? Now he's stealing his jello cup, do you know what I mean? And you call it what? Yes, sensei. Do you know what I mean? So it'd be funny and really interesting if he gets like an own little prison gang going. That would be really cool to see. Like I said, mate, you know, Terra, he's brought people in. He's, again, recruiting more and more dojos. He's taking them over with Cobra Kai. You know, he's taking over the pupils, and we've already seen one that was in Eagle Fang, the first recruit that Johnny had, the female. Now she has joined Cobra Kai, and it looks like you know, Tora is actually pretty good about that. You thought it went well and negative for her, but it actually worked in her favour. You know, it motivated her and wanted her to come and pursue and not give up, because that is her thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, she ain't a quitter. That was Kenny as well. Do you know what I mean? Kenny had the same principles when he was arguing with Robert. Do you know what I mean? He said the reason why I'm staying in Cobra Kai is I'm not a quitter. You know, our commitment's made me stronger, and that is what she wants to do. She wants to come here, she wants to get strong, and she wants to, you know, like, win at everything that she does. Now, very interestingly, you know, Danny was sulking. He didn't want to continue with this. You know, he thought, like, that's it. After the beating last episode, I'm going to give it up. We're just going to move forward. It is best if we all just let Terry Silver go off and just, you know, rule the roost, where no, everybody else, you know, come together collectively. Even Amanda and Sam was on the side, and they decided that, you know, somebody needs to put a stop to it. Going back to the story of last episode when he was talking about, you know, Daniel's going to have enough reason to go after Silver because of what he's done, the traumatic experiences in the past and now obviously in the present. Now he's got a whole group of people behind him. He just needed that motivation, that desire and determination to come back and actually join together. And the fact that he went outside and seen all the pupils there, and he had Chosen and Johnny on either side of him, and they're ready to obviously fight and get ready, get back into it to take down Cobra Kai. It's going to be interesting to see moving forward. So thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.